Hello and welcome to Driver's Therapy. In this video, we're going to be looking at every button in GT4. We're going to be pressing and everything. So without further ado, let's start. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to enter the key into the ignition port. You do that. And then you start that, you turn it over, and we're going to need that to activate some of these buttons. So our first buttons are going to be on the door panel in the driver's side, and our first switch is going to be the window switch. It's a one touch up automatically and a one touch down. And that's going to be the same for the passenger side, and of course these are blank spots. And on top of it, it's going to be so you could select which side mirror you want, the driver or the passenger. And this little toggle switch is going to be so you could adjust your side mirrors. On the door handle, the only other button or thing that we could play with is going to be the door handle. And a really fun thing here is this is the door handle. It's just a strap, and how you open and close doors, you just pull on this, and that's how you open the door. On our left hand side, we have a switch, and this is going to be for the lights. And of course, this is auto. This will do it for yourself. It'll be able to tell between night and day, running lights, and of course your headlights. And then we're going to come back to auto, and right here this is the fog light symbol, but since we don't have fog lights, we can't select that. Now if we look down below this switch, we have this electronic brake switch here, and what you do is you press on the brake and you activate it. You release it, that's deactivating it, and then activating is push forward and the red light is on, and that's your electronic e-brake. So on the left hand side of the driver's seat, you have these buttons, and these buttons are going to be for the front trunk and for the back rear hatch. And then so we click them, that opens it up. The same thing for that one. So on the GT4, you have, this is the carbon fiber seat, and so you can't adjust the recline. You could only adjust it manually up and down, but this button adjusts the height. We're not going to press it because I've got that sweet spot, but this is the height adjustment button. So the most important switch or lever is going to be this one right here. And this one controls the info center on your right side right there. And it has all kinds of information, really important information for the driver. So this screen right here shows the oil temperature, the coolant temperature, and the oil pressure. And then as we toggle it, you have your radio, you have your cell phone data, you have your GPS, you have your destination, you have your trip information, you have your tire pressures, you have your chrono package, which shows the time and all that, the stopwatch. You have your gear shift assist, and you have your G-force meter. And you have your performance, little display, and it goes back to the gauges. And the cool thing is, as you click in this stuff, there's more information in each of them. Like you get oil measurements, you come around here, you could go into like your radios. So it's quite intricate, but there's a lot of information there. It's all controlled by the switch down here. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. This one's going to be your windshield wipers. I'm not going to click it because we're going to get all kinds of stuff if that happens, but it's pretty basic. And over here on your left hand side, of course, it's going to be your blinkers. This does have like a, your one touch quick 3 blinks or something like that. 1, 2, 3. And then down here is going to be your speed, your cruise control. And you just click it on and off, and it's going to tell you in your info center when you have your cruise control on and off and stuff like that. Boop, just like that. So we're trying to get all these buttons and switches and little knobs. And this is going to be for your brightness right here, this little turn knob there. You can't miss them. And I know that maybe we should talk about like the vents, but this is how you open the vent and you close the vent. And I'm only going to do one, but there's 4 of them across. All right, now we're going to move into this whole area. So this is going to be your hazards. And this is going to be your lock button. So when you get in, you lock it, and that's for your doors and stuff like that. It's like a quick lock, boom. And then this is your chrono watch. The cool thing is, or your chrono clock or package, the cool thing is you control this via that info center I was telling you guys about. And when you hit it, you press start and this side, and it starts, if you're in the track and you're going all fast, this is what you use to keep your track time and stuff like that. But you control it all from from that little lever switch on the steering wheel area column. Okay, so we're going to come back down here, and this is your PCM, I believe, Porsche Communication Management, something, blah, blah, blah. And in here is a lot of great information, so we're just going to go right through it. So we have tuner, and that's your radio, and of course you get your presets and stuff like that. The cool thing about this is I didn't know this, and Elise knew this, and I was like, don't touch the screen, it's not touch screen. And she had it right. It is touch screen. So it's tuner. And then you have media, and this will tell you between your different items, you know, of course, between a CD, which your CD player is right here. I don't think there's a CD in there. But then you could go through that. Then you have your phone, which you Bluetooth pair the phone with the PCM, and you see David's iPhone, and then you could go to messages, emails, stuff like that. And then you come over here. Oh, this button I believe is make a phone call, and I guess end a phone call. I've never made a phone call like that. And right here's your your navigation, and essentially, you know, you could just you know, go home. And I don't know if it knows my home, but anyways. And then we have map, and you know, pretty much tells you where you're at and your GPS and stuff like that. Then source, and I would say as a driver and as owning the GT4 for a little bit now, this is the main button, because then you go to Bluetooth here, and this is how you go between like your radio station and stuff like that. And then right here sound, and of course you can adjust that to your likeness. Info. Now this is just, I haven't really dealt with this, but I guess it just gives you information about stuff here. Back button, or I guess that's a back button. Car. Recordings. I actually know that there's some type of app that you could pair with all this, and it does some fancy stuff, but I haven't done all that. And then this is where you could adjust like the displays of like the timing and the sport display and all that. Actually, let's see what that does. Recording. So that goes back to the chrono package and stuff like that. So what I like to do is I like to go to info, and I like to do the trip one, which car, let's see if I could find it. Let me see. I don't know where it's at anymore. Let's go source car. There it is. This is it. So this, I like this because when you're driving, this will tell you how long you've been driving for, the distance you've done, and then how much fuel you've used and your speed, which is really neat because, you know, it just tells me like, oh, I've been driving a car for 2 hours and I've gone, you know, X amount. It's just kind of fun. It's like a nerdy thing. All right, now let's move down to the bottom of this. Now the crazy thing is this is kind of like a thing that if you're looking for a Porsche, you need to know. If you don't get the dual climate control, you don't get the LCD printout screen right here to tell you your temperatures and stuff like that. So this is your blower right here, and of course you use that. You could turn it on like that, and this is a dual climate. And if you don't get the dual climate, you don't get any readouts. So this is neat, and this is how the passenger adjusts their temperature. Of course, auto sync, you take that off of dual mode. AC max, you know guys, that you Florida guys know what that is. AC off, and then this one is for the driver, for the temp. And of course your defrost, your recirculation, your back defrost, I believe, your feet, in your face, and actually don't know what that is. I've never seen that. Okay, so we got feet, face, sky. I don't know. Anyways, that, if you guys know what that is, let me know. It's like triangle facing up. Okay, so then we come over here. This is a lever and a button, right? Shift knob. Okay, so we're gonna come back here, and this is the most famous thing for Porsches. This is pretty much all the cool stuff you have. So you have sport mode. So this is how you switch the car a sport mode on and off. And essentially what I've read about it is for this car, it activates the auto rev match, which is an amazing feature. And it also adjusts the cooling like specs on the car. I don't know precisely about all of it, but essentially it does that. This is your dampeners. It stiffens up your dampeners, puts that into that nice track mode. Of course, electronic stability control off. electronic system control and traction control off. And then we have my favorite button, which is the exhaust valves. So when it's off, it's not lit up, but when it's on, it's lit up. So real quickly, I want to tell you guys something funny. There's like aftermarket companies that sell these like little things. You can take them out and they're pictures of like funny things like ejectocitos, some inappropriate things I've seen, and just like missile launcher and everything, which is really cool, which I think would be fun. So we have to include this because this is a little ashtray coin tray, and here it is. Well, it's going to be an ashtray because this is actually an option. This is the smoking package. But the reason people like this, I guess, is because you get this little compartment. I don't know, I don't use it. So this is going to be your armrest storage compartment, and you open it up, and then back here you have a 12-volt outlet right here, and then you just close it and lock it back in, and you open it by pressing this button right here. So our next thing is going to be the glove box, and you just open it by pulling on this lever here, and that opens it up. And inside here you have another 12-volt outlet. You have a USB little thingy in there. I know that's not a button, but I thought I'd just mention that. And this part is the fun part. We've only done it once, so you guys will see us do it for the second time live here on camera. And this is for the cup holders. All right. You push it down and then you press in. That comes out. Likewise for this other one. Now I'm going to be honest with you guys, I wouldn't trust putting a drink right over my buttons. I'm good on that. So these are just going to stay right there. But it's pretty neat though. It's that German engineering. Okay, in the top here next to the rearview mirror is you have, of course, your little lights. They're little LEDs. And I believe that's like an extra option too, which is crazy in my opinion. And then these are your memories for your garages or your garage doors. And I think this is off when you open the door or not, I believe. Okay, and I think that's about it for that. And then there's a button right here. I'm not sure what it does. If you guys know what that is, let me know. I pressed it. Maybe that's your auto dimmer. It could be. We're learning here together. And on the passenger side, you have a single switch. It is a one touch up and a one touch down, just like the driver's side. And then of course you have your door handle here. So this is how you open up the fuel door. You just open it up. And I believe that when the key's not in there and the car is locked, this locks itself. So, and that's about it, guys. And you just close it up and it's closed. Okay, and over here we have a compartment. So when you pull on this, it opens up and you could put something in there. Not sure what you could put in there, but thought I'd show you that one as well. And this lever is if you find yourself unfortunately in the front of a GT4, and this is the inside the actual trunk area, this is the let you out. I guess this is the emergency open for the hood. And I don't think this opens. I don't know what these are, so I'm not gonna mess with those. And that concludes our video for every button. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's always fun because I always find a button when I'm doing these videos that I have no idea what it's for. So it's really neat. It's kind of a learning experience. Well guys, thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe button because we always welcome you to become part of the Driver's Therapy crew. All right guys, you take care and we'll see you soon.